with all due and appropriate respect, I knew from the first pictures we did together how great you were. You were
thank you very much.
Unbelievably capable of any kind of situation, solving it musically. And I thought, this guy's got a huge career ahead of him. And I wonder if there was one movie where you thought, other people now see that or know it.
It's a tricky question because every once in a while I will, especially if I take a break and I come back to film scoring, or it's a genre that I haven't tried before, or a style that I haven't tried before, and I start working, and it's never a conscious thing, but the perfect example is 12th Man. When I started working on some of the orchestral action cues there, I without really thinking about it, adopted a more visceral and minimalist approach than I would normally otherwise take with a movie like Ant-Man, for example, which is a little bit more about orchestral fireworks and a little bit more of a traditional approach in the action sequences. And then I surprise myself. I kind of take a step back and go, oh wow, that's kind of a new sound for me, and I'm kind of digging it, and I'm just gonna like let myself develop that further and see how that goes. It doesn't happen on every movie, but the reason why it's a tricky question is because, and 12th Man is a perfect example of this, it came out in theaters a few weeks ago. It's no longer in theaters. Not many people saw it. It's a great movie, but it's in Norwegian, and it was, you could argue that it was hampered by maybe marketing that wasn't as good or as pervasive as it could be. So it's basically, you and me and these two guys, know about it now, and maybe a handful of others, but it's not the second part of your question, which is like everyone can see that I've made this leap. That's the part that hasn't and probably won't happen, but that's okay. That's the business.
But I think you answered the question in another way, inadvertently, which is that you make the leap per picture. In other words, whether the picture is kind of this kind of movie, or you're going to do, here's Frozen, or here's Edge of Tomorrow, or here's a different kind of movie, this is actually a step in my career. What you said is that each new movie, in some way, you learn about your process, and it's a leap forward, and that leads you maybe to the next picture.